We're going to call this meeting to order so people quit harassing me, at least until further in the meeting. We'll start with the consent agenda. All the following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved at AHA meetings will be approved by one vote unless any trustee desires to have a separate vote on any or all these items. The consent agenda consists of a discussion, consideration, and action on the following items. Minutes of the monthly finance meeting on June 19, 2018. Minutes of the regular trustee meeting on June 19, 2018. Minutes of the special trustee meeting on July 9, 2018. And a check report June 9, 2018 through August 8, 2018.
I would move the approval of the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Aye.
I'll give it to Hannaford. I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Dr. Hannaford, to approve the consent agenda as it was presented. Roll call vote, please.
Gaspard,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Randalls,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Next item is the CEO's report. Candace?
All right, I just have a few things I was going to go over. Something that we will be needing to talk about coming up is our electronic health record. Currently we use Meditech, and as you know, we have multiple failing, aging servers, and they're very expensive. So we don't have anything for you right now, but we are working with SSM to take a look at what it would cost us to go to Epic, which is the platform that they use. And they would be able to take on getting us up and going about this time next year. So we'll be looking at that closer because we're going to have to do something. So when you find that money tree, cut it down and bring it to us. The next thing I wanted to talk about was how exciting it was to finally hear that we had been granted our critical access status on August 3rd. We were notified. It will be retroactive back to the 13th of July. We're currently in the tie-in phase. So that means the day that we were notified, we were no longer able to bill for Medicare claims until this tie-in phase has been accomplished, which means they're building in our critical access file so that we can be paid correctly. So we'll be able to bill those things once they get us tied in. Hopefully it's by Tuesday, and we can ready. Those claims are ready to go. All we have to do is push them out. So we're pretty excited about that. We were hoping it would go back a little further than July 13th, but we will take what we can get. So payments won't be exactly what they will be when they finally decide what our payment rate should be. Did that come out right? They start us off low to see what our cost is going to be. And so we could end up doing 2 or 3 interim cost reports before we get to the final payment rate. They don't want to overpay us. We don't want them to overpay us. So it could take up to a year for us to finally get to that. So we're hoping they get pretty close on the first stab at it. So we'll know, Kevin will know more on Tuesday what that's going to look like and be able to do some projections for us when he gets those numbers in. The next thing, Dr. Lawrence took a leave of absence and will be back September 11th. Dr. Hicks has been covering a lot for Dr. Lawrence, and we appreciate you doing that. He's signed his name probably a million more times than he normally has. So thank you, Dr. Hicks, for all that you've done to step in and help. Other than that, been to several meetings. Really don't have anything else unless you have questions for me.
Any questions for Candace? If not, I would entertain a motion for her written report.
Make a motion to accept the Shared Medical Center's written report for the CEO.
Second.
We have a motion by Dr. Hannaford, a second by Jay Randalls, to approve the Shared Medical Center written report for August 21st, 2018. Roll call vote, please.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Randalls,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Casper.
Yes. All right, Candace, thank you. Next is the CFO's report. Kevin?
Okay, just so you know that for July, I'm still underneath for our financials to start with, and I'll go back and reinstate them probably next month for you, what we've been paid underneath the old system, the PPS system, and not critical access since I don't have the rates, but I'll go over that first, and then I'll restate the financials next month once we get the actual rates and stuff in for you guys. But to give you an idea that at the end of July, we had $106,064 cash on hand, and that represents 4.1 days worth of operating expenses. Our accounts receivable balance increased by $488,545. We're up to $3,837,731. Part of that is due to the billing from Medicare. The other part is we did not turn anybody to collections this last month, which we did in the 1st of August. So next month, when we talk about turn to collections, you're going to see that double. So we turn about $170,000 to collections every month. So that's the reason, part of that increase there. Our accounts payable balance at the end of July was $1,068,084. That represents 101 days of operating expenses, excluding the salaries and benefits. Actually, the revenue for the hospital increased by $48,099. We're up to $1,845,242. Patient days were down by 21 days. We had 74 in July compared to 95 in June, but the volume actually came from our outpatient area. Our clinic visits were also down. We went from 1,484 in June to 1,237 in July. Our contractuals last month was 55.2% of gross patient revenue. We gave away $10,152 in charity care. Our net operating loss for July, the old system is $260,655, and with sales tax, some donations, and some other contributions, we ended up losing $178,988 for the month. Like I said, that will change next month, and I'll restate this to you guys of actually what July is, based upon the numbers that I get from Medicare, where our cost is, because the Medicare contractual is not correct right now. So, just so you know that. If we turn over to page 2, salaries, you can see a little bit of an increase there. We had quite a few people gone on vacation, so we double paid, and the way we do our salaries is we don't, vacation accrual, we only adjust it once a year, so we was paying out vacation and people were working, we did see an increase there, and that does go up in the summertime as well. The other line item that's up quite a bit is the other expenses, but this is once a quarter shop payment. 74,000 of that is that payment, which we will get back, and we did get back during the month of July from the state, so that's really a break even. We reduced the contractual by the same 74,000. We increased expenses. We just have to put that there. Otherwise, expenses were pretty much the same as the prior month. Page 3, this just shows you all the other expenses that we had. Page 4 is the year-to-date, which is actually comparing just the 2 months from last year to this year. Last year at this time we lost $111,000. This year we're at $178,000. Like I said, I will be restating the financials next month for July as well, moving forward. Cash at the end of July, we had $106,064, so we put that there. Accounts receivable, you can see where it increased, and if you look at the over 150 days, you'll see that's where the largest increase is. It's almost up $200,000, but most of that's due to what we would normally turn to the collection agency. But everything else is working through a system except for the Medicare claims that we have to hold on to. So. Page 8 and 9 is your balance sheet. The next few pages is all statistical summaries. One statistical summary that looks really way off this month, but I don't want you to be alarmed by it, is mammographies. If you look at the year-to-date number, it looks like we're going to be off about 110 mammographies. The reason is Allison's the only one that does mammographies, and she was gone for 2 weeks. So when you annualize 1 month, it can be a little bit deceiving that way. But just so you know that mammographies are fine. It's just that we just had somebody go on for vacation. So, and that's pretty much my financials for the month. Is there any questions I can answer on those?
Again, I might just reiterate a couple things we talked about in finance was the next, say, 60, 90 days might be a little bit rough from a cash flow standpoint, just to be able to get back lined out with switching over to the critical access when you go without one of your big payers for that long a period of time. It's going to be rough. But long term, things look positive. Now, just how long does that take us to overcome the hole that you're in and to get back above water, so to speak, might be, 6 months, maybe even towards the end of the year. But it looks positive on everything like what we thought before. But like you said, until it gets those actual numbers to be able to plug in, you just
We don't know
wait and
exactly
see.
where we're at for sure.
Any other questions for Kevin? If not, Kevin, thank you. Next will be the Medical Staff Executive Committee. We have Dr. Benjamin Hicks with us tonight. Thank you for stepping in. Appreciate that. I might just point out that whenever we get to these things that we've got to vote on, this first group, which would be under B, starting with the courtesy staff, those will all have to be done individually. But then when we get down to the next two groups, we can do those with one vote unless any trustee wishes to vote on any one of them separately. Okay? Good. Dr. Hicks, I'll turn it over to you.
Sure, so I just recommend reappointment of each as we go, and we vote on each one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I recommend reappointment.
Hold on, I'm going to make you one. You need to say, I make a motion to reappoint,
Oh, okay.
not just recommend.
Is
Right.
he in the capacity as the
He's vice
chief of
chief.
staff?
He is vice chief.
We don't need it, but I'm trying to, I didn't look at our trust indenture. whether
By default, if the chief of staff is not available,
No, but does
vice
he
chief.
actually
Oh,
need to be a member?
a voting
A
member,
voting member.
we're just saying no.
Okay, that's,
We're defaulting to no.
because if he doesn't, he won't make the motion. That was my point.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
The board member needs to make that motion, and then he can make the recommendation.
yeah.
Board member makes the motion, and then we vote.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe you ought to just make a recommendation based on what you guys talked about in med staff. and
Sure.
then somebody else will make that motion for you. How
Sure,
about
so
that?
recommended, yes.
Just like you said, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I do recommend reappointment of each one, and then however it needs to proceed from there.
So I would entertain a motion on,
Make a motion to reappoint courtesy staff Ruth Onison, MD.
Second.
okay, we have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Ayla Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff Ruth Onison, MD. Roll call vote, please.
Randalls,
Yes.
Simon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Next, I'd entertain a motion on the reappointment to courtesy staff for Stephen Danley.
Make a motion that we reappoint courtesy staff Stephen Daniel.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown, second by Ayla Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff Stephen Danley, DO. Roll call vote, please.
Simon,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Randalls,
Yes.
Next, I would entertain a motion to reappoint to courtesy staff Ruchi Sachdev?
Sure.
Okay, MD.
Make
motion that we reappoint courtesy staff, Ruchi Sandev, MD.
Second.
Have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Ayla Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff Ruchi Sechdev, MD. Roll call vote, please.
Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Randall.
Yes.
Simon. Yes.
I would entertain a motion on the reappointment to courtesy staff of John Hummel, MD.
Make a motion that we reappoint courtesy staff John Hummel, MD.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Ayla Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff John Hummel, MD. Roll call vote, please.
Ward.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Randall.
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Next, I would entertain a motion on the reappointment to courtesy staff Donald Ransom, DO.
Make a motion to reappoint courtesy staff Donald Ransom, DO.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Ayla Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff Donald Ransom, DO. Roll call vote, please.
Casper.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Randall.
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Next, I'd entertain a motion on the reappointment to courtesy staff Ricky Reeves, MD.
Make a motion that we reappoint courtesy staff Ricky Reeves, MD.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Ayla Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff Ricky Reeves, MD. Roll call vote, please.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Randall.
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes. And then I will entertain a motion on the reappointment to courtesy staff Sharita Wilson, MD.
I make a motion that we reappoint courtesy staff Sharita Wilson, MD.
Second.
We have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Ayla Simon to reappoint to courtesy staff Sharita Wilson, MD. Roll call vote, please.
Randall.
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Okay. Next, what did you guys discuss about that, Dr. Hicks?
We recommended reappointment to all four who are listed here. Yeah.
Okay. So I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to reappoint to Allied staff Emily Nair, PA, Jennifer Nichols, APRN, Gwyneth Holderby, APRN, and Marissa Hendersby, CRNA.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Dr. Hannaford and a second by Steve Ward to reappoint to Allied staff Emily Nair, PA, Jennifer Nichols, APRN, Gwyneth Holderby, APRN, and Marissa Endersby, CRNA, to the Allied staff. Roll call vote, please.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Randall.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So the credentialing committee recommends we recommend approval of the sedation privileges for everyone listed here.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve for sedation delineation privileges Dr. Benjamin Hicks, MD, Philip Self, MD, Brian Miller, ARNP, Emily Nair, PA, Robert Courtner, DO, Michael Lawrence, DO, and Donald Ransom, DO.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Dr. Brown, a second by Dr. Hannaford to approve the sedation delineation of privileges. Benjamin Hicks, MD,
Close enough.
Self, MD, Brian Nutter, ARNP, Emily Nair, PA, Robert Courtner, DO, Michael Lawrence, DO, and Donald Ransom, DO. Roll call vote, please.
Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Randall.
Yes.
Simon. Yes.
Glad that I can provide entertainment for everyone tonight. Thank you, Dr. Hicks.
Certainly.
Next, coffee.
There's no problem.
No
Well,
coffee.
You can talk about
I'll talk about it. Just so you know that we did meet both months for coffee. The biggest thing is we're still following up for all the recommendations that D&B had for us, and we do owe them a report back by the 15th of September, which we will do, to say where we've come along in our report. So that's just so you know kind of where we're at. So it's still meeting, and we're still just reviewing everything that they asked us to continue to review and stuff, and there was really no other issue, but we do have to report back to D&B by the 15th.
We did, right behind Mary On, get our certificate of, whatever you want to call it.
Accreditation.
Accreditation, thank you, from D&B, and there is one hanging upstairs, and we'll find somewhere to hang that one too.
All right. Next is the improvement to patient care.
All of the contracts that we reviewed were compliant except for one, and that is a Blue Cross Blue Shield contract that we are still negotiating.
Correct.
Okay. So,
All of
okay. So the first item that we have under improvement to patient care that needs our attention is the approval or disapproval of the Northwestern or NWOSU clinical agreement. And that is for their nurses to be and, yeah. So we need a motion to approve that for them to be able to work up here at any one of our facilities.
I make a motion to approve the NWOSU clinical agreement.
Second.
We have a motion by Steve Ward, a second by Jay Randalls to approve the NWOSU clinical agreement. Roll call vote, please.
Ward,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Randalls,
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Okay, next is the med staff bylaw. Are there any changes to that?
No, there were no changes. It's just being brought back to get on the schedule for approval.
Make a motion to approve the med staff bylaws.
Second.
Who seconded that?
Jay.
Jay. I have a motion by Dr. Hannaford, a second by Jay Randalls on the approval of the med staff bylaws. Roll call vote, please.
Casper,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Randalls,
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Okay. Next are items 7D through 7X, which are policies that have been approved by med staff and then required a vote for us. So these can be done again by one vote unless anybody would wish to have them voted on separately.
Can we, do we need to say?
7D through 7X.
You can just say 7D through 7X.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve all items from 7D, 7X as listed in the agenda.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion by Dr. Hannaford, a second by Steve Ward to approve items 7D through 7X under the policies and procedures. Roll call vote, please.
Hannaford,
Yes.
Randalls,
Yes.
Simon. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes. Wow, okay. Next is Rita, share convalescent home report.
Well, for our in-services and meetings for July, we had in-services on pain and prevention of pressure ulcers. The kitchen air conditioner, one of them went out, so that was replaced, and the kitchen was happy because they could cook in a cold kitchen. I don't know if anybody's ever been in there in a hot kitchen, but it was hot. Really hot. The east outdoor patio is full of life and flowers, thanks to Christy and one of the residents. I walked out there today and it's just all the rain. It's just beautiful. I haven't ever seen it.
It has never been that pretty, it's beautiful.
So, hopefully this fall we'll get some bulbs and get something more planted in there. And I think Christy's gonna plant mums. We have 2 circles she cleared out and some more crepe myrtles probably. But it's really nice and beautiful. The monarch butterflies are now out, so the residents are going out and enjoying that. In July, our census was up. Our average daily census was 60 for July compared to 56 for June. Our skilled nursing days increased from June to 234 from 186. It'll be quite different next month, so don't be alarmed. However, I've had probably 11 long-term care referrals, so I see no problem with filling any of those beds. And we're not into the fall yet, or winter. We have hired for June and July about 11 CNAs, which thank goodness for that. We've hired 2 LPNs, one who has a lot of nursing home experience, and the other one also has nursing home experience. So, you know, we pray for those every day. Lynn Corson has changed her status to PRN. She's been a long time RN at Share Convalescent Home. She will be working at least 1 day a month. At some point, we'll probably do something for retirement, but she's not quite ready for that. We're going to miss her nursing skills, her experience, and her compassion. Dietary, I believe, has filled since I did this report. 2 employees, 2 new employees, and we've hired 3 housekeeping staff. And if anybody needs housekeepers, I have like 10 applicants for that. So come and get them. School started, so you know the kids are out looking for jobs. We had 2 nursing students that were CMAs that passed their LPN NCLEX. They will be in the senior nursing program, and they are orientating presently as LPNs. We are anticipating our state annual survey. Thank goodness they didn't show up today. And our sprinkler system and fire alarm system has been looked at, and I think everything's good there. That has to be done. So we did have an issue with the fire alarms. Thank you, Kelly. Going off last week. Did you do that?
I didn't do
You
this.
didn't hear that? So
I heard
when you were-
about it, but I couldn't hear it.
When the, well, they did. I wasn't there. Everybody was campus. For our financials, the operating cash balance for July was $42,354. The accounts receivable balance was $618,597, which was an increase of $42,614. Accounts payable balance for July was $323,061, which represents 62.6 days of operating expenses, excluding salaries, benefits, and depreciation. The convalescent home gross patient revenue for the month totaled $366,515, which was a $39,885 increase. Convalescent home operating expenses for July totaled $129,343, an increase of $4,033 compared to the prior month. The convalescent home salaries and wages for July totaled $152,502, which was a decrease of $31,990. And I would like to say the reason there was such a decrease is hiring all those CNAs, they have to be orientated. So you've got double coverage there. So June's salaries were quite a bit. And that made our month look really bad. But they're all trained and we're good. And our agency numbers are coming down, which is our goal. And I don't know what the September schedule looks like. School started, but I'm not panicking like I was last year. Last year, we've got some good 7 to 3 core staff, which is what happened last year during school. We just did not have the 7 to 3 core staff. So I'm hoping that looks good for September. So our convalescent home net operating income for July was $32,207. The net income was $32,219. On the next page is the compared year. There's nothing really I want to say about that, unless you have questions. We have seen a steady increase of our patient days in the nursing home. I have no reason to believe that's not going to continue, just because there's just so many referrals, either to skilled or long-term care. So I think those things look positive. And the balance sheet is next. And that concludes my report. If you have questions, I'll be glad to answer someday.
Any questions for Rita? If not, Rita, thank you for your report, and more importantly, I'm glad you're doing well. Next, Kelly, homestead report.
July was another good month for the homestead. We had over 80% occupancy for the 7th month in a row, so that's, I think, might be the longest streak we've had. So I'd like to keep it going though. So, and it's looking like September or August should be over 80% again. So I'll tell you more next time. Our occupancy percentage, though, it is down from last year because we've added 2 more apartments to our capacity. So last year we had 53 apartments available. This year we have 55 apartments available. So we actually have more residents in the homestead right now than we did last year at this time, but our occupancy percentage is down. The big thing that happened, and it didn't happen in July, but a lot of preparation, a lot of work has gone on all summer to get the homestead ready for our 20th anniversary celebration, which we held last Thursday. Great turnout. I'm going to say we had somewhere around 150 people from the community show up and join us for a few remarks, lots of food, and a live band, and tours of the facility. The facility's looking great. It's looking, in my opinion, better than probably it looked when it was brand new on the inside. We still got some work to do on the outside, but inside it's looking pretty remarkable. Thanks to Share Medical Center, we had Roy over there. I don't know how many hours getting lighting taken care of so that everything was bright, and we had Brad was over there doing a lot with the yard, and we even had Jeff Blackshaw over there with the floor machine, cleaning our new floors that have been installed. And so definitely a team effort getting ready for, not to mention all the work that our staff did that are over there every day. So it was a really, really great event. And I think it's safe to say that the homestead is doing for the community what the original people who envisioned it intended for it to do. So proud of what's going on over there. proud of our staff, and it's a pretty great accomplishment. The financials for, we'll just do July. We had $78,000 in revenue, $65,000 for residents and $12,000 for meal services. We had $57,432 in operating expenses, and that gave us a total net income of $20,589. Not our highest net month, but another good month, over $20,000, and we're off to a better start this year than we were last year. Last July, we lost almost $2,000, so this year to start the year off with a $20,000 profit, good start. Things coming up, or actually we're about through with August, but we had a casino trip today. I don't think the ladies did quite as well today. They came home early, so they were home by the time I came over here. Usually they have to call in and have their supper saved for them, so but I think they probably had fun either way. But still, the city's working to get the pond liner put in out front, and then we're starting to schedule some of our other projects that were approved in the capital budget for the city of Alva. So that's all going on. I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
Good job, Tucker. Good job.
Any questions for Kelly? I might mention, if you haven't been over there to see all the renovations, that you really need to. It looks very nice, and you did also fail to mention, I suppose maybe that'd be the next month's report, you also hosted the
We did host the Chamber Community Coffee the morning after our birthday party, so it was, I haven't seen what our hours have been, but we may not look as good next month. It was just some things that needed to get done that, maybe we should do them a little more often than every 20 years, but it was all good.
Thank you, Kelly. Any other things to add about the foundation report?
Foundation met on July 25th. It was there weren't any action items other than approval of minutes, just reports, and we'll meet again October 24th. In October, we will be approving our officers for the upcoming year and any new board members as well. So.
All right. Thank you. Is there a St. Anthony's report?
No, Bridget.
Okay. There's nothing else to report. Okay. City council report.
We had a pretty lengthy meeting last night, but just some highlights. It was our second public hearing for the Alva Arena project, and after the hearing, good discussion. City council approved and adopted the Alva Arena project plan. We also approved a new ordinance for basically our guidelines for medical marijuana that could possibly any business coming to Alva. The water tank project should be completed and gone by end of September, really about September 4th. The demobilization will happen by the 20th. We did approve our new contract with our firefighters, which was good. We approved our back to you marketing and branding for the city of Alva. And another highlight, Tyler Mance was appointed to the Alva Board of Adjustments. So, any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
No? All right, thank you.
You bet.
I just have a couple of items. One is, I have a letter here from Darlene thanking us for her wonderful gift. She also highlighted that they're looking forward to that, and was that she cherished the 12 years that she sat on the board. She failed to mention in here her two-time Emmy Award-winning Paula Abdul impersonations that she made during that 12 years when we did our American Idol ventures. But please do continue to keep them in your prayers for Gary and his mother-in-law, or her mother-in-law. They need our prayers for medical reasons. So if you'd like to read her thank you letter, it's up here. The other thing I would like to mention is just to thank all the employees, administration, everybody for the work that was put in to reach critical access. That was a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of praying, and now it has been achieved, and we just await the benefits of that. And I know that those will be helpful, and it will help us out tremendously. But again, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all their time and effort that was put in. There were no other items of new business, so we are adjourned.